Aloha, everybody. Pastor Mark here in the Verdugo Mountains again on the final couple of days of 2020. We've had a few different devotional thoughts that we've shared here together over this year. And now as it's wrapping up, I just wanted to share with you one more time a little devotional that will, I hope, encourage you in the new year, but also each day of the new year. I was reading through Lamentations and got to the third chapter where Jeremiah is speaking out and crying out of the horrible conditions that Israel was in because of the judgment of their own sin. And as he goes through those first 20 verses or so, he's saying the weight is heavy, the shackles are heavy, and it is just a cry out, a lamenting of all that Israel is going through. And then when he gets to verse 21, he makes a shift. There's a shift in the chapter. When he says these words, he says, this, and here's the change, this I will recall to mind. And he's about to tell us what he's going to recall to his mind. He says, it's this, therefore, that I will hope in. And when I see that verse, I want to say, okay, give it to me. What is it? I want hope. I need hope. I need something to hold on to. What are you recalling to your mind, Jeremiah? And here are the words that Jeremiah recalls. Here's the truth that Jeremiah recalls. He says, the steadfast love of the Lord never ceases. That's what comes back to Jeremiah's mind. As judgment is happening, as consequences of sin, very dark time for Israel, very dark time for anyone who is under the heavy hand of God. And he recalls this, that the steadfast, the non-changing love of the Lord never ceases. God's love never ceases. And then he goes on to say his mercies, he's a merciful God, and his mercies are new every day. He says it this way, his mercies never come to an end. They'll always be there. They are new every morning, and great is your faithfulness. Boy, that's a great recall, isn't it? When your world is seemingly caving in, when the heavy hand of God or the heavy hand of sin's consequences are upon you, Jeremiah says, recall this. God actually loves you. And the steadfast love of the Lord never stops. It never ceases. His mercies, they don't end. Even though you sin, they don't end. God continues to offer mercy and a rescue plan through Jesus Christ to save us. They are new every morning, his mercies, and great is God's faithfulness. I think that's a great couple of verses. It's actually a great chapter, but a great couple of verses to focus on. When you go to bed for the last time in 2020 and you wake up in 2021, God's mercies will be new, just as they were every single day of 2020. With all that you hear and all of the challenges, God's love never changed, it never stopped, and his mercies are brand new. That's the one thing I love about our Christian faith, our faith in Christ. We have a new beginning every day. We have a new start every day. Because when we are honest with ourselves and reckon what God says, we are sinners. All have sinned and come short of the glory of God. And there is a payoff, a consequence for that sin. The wages of sin is death. Romans 3, Romans 6 makes that very clear. But then when you go back to the words of Jeremiah and realize that his mercies are new every day and his steadfast love never ceases, the rescue plan of Jesus Christ works for 2020, for 2021, and for every day mankind is on this earth. I hope that you will celebrate that fact. It is a wonderful reminder to have us anticipate the new year with trust in God and expectations of hope, no matter what goes on in this world. And as a result of whatever does take place in this world, we can live strong in Christ. We can be renewed daily, and we can share his love with many others as well. I'm hoping your transition into the new year is a peaceful one, and I'm looking forward to seeing you this Sunday, either here on the YouTube channel or live at church, which will be in San Juan Capistrano Sunday morning at 10. And we will watch God do in our country and across this world. We will watch God do what he loves to do, even in the midst of difficulty. Welcome people to his side, offer forgiveness through mercy and love, and continue to proclaim the gospel of Jesus Christ. Hey, it's Pastor Mark on a beautiful end of the year, and the Verdugo Mountains once again wishing you a happy new year. God bless you. Aloha.